Welcome back to part 2 of Game 2 of the Vermin Queen campaign. We last left our heroes setting up an ambush on the oncoming ogre caravan. We also left off with a giant spider that has decided to come and interrupt our ambush.
So Dave shot that Nobbler right there to free up some space for Mike's Possessed, and he got a critical hit for Ricochet. So we'll resolve the... Well, the Nobbler's just going to die, because Nobblers just die, and now we'll roll to wound the Ricochet on the...
You gotta, roll
ogre.
the wounds.
Roll a hit.
Wounds.
Oh, no,
Wounds?
yeah. It would just
Okay, so
All right.
that's it.
So
You just take
wounds.
the wounds.
All right,
Armor
light armor save for the Ogre.
Alright.
Here goes Rich.
Wait. No. Alright.
Nope. All right, so one wound onto this Ogre.
Now I have one shot at him for one guy. Misses, and then one shot for the other guy.
But you can never see the wood elves. Like, where the hell they are.
No, I'm just assuming.
They would just hide in this building.
Well, I'm coming out, so it's okay.
All right, very good. All right, so is the screaming wall done?
It just finished.
Yeah.
All right, so this
out.
building
Thank
is
God
no
I can
longer
move.
screaming. Rich can
show the
actually
spider?
move. Oh, yeah, no, I had pictures of the spider. And there he is.
That's not me.
That's
He's
not
coming.
Okay.
He's coming this way.
Not okay.
I don't know if he's gonna end up attacking
made of
ogres
stone.
or
One
dark elves or
Oh,
something.
okay. Stone spider.
He's made of stone. Came to life.
So Mike's turn, the Possessed comes out and attacks this ogre bull. Unfortunately, he does not kill him and only gets one wound on him, so he has now up to 2 wounds.
Roll which one of your warband members gets knocked down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, Mike, what
5,
happened?
6 will be a reroll.
My Magister has been knocked down by
Oh.
thunder, I
I was
think.
hoping it would be that whole
Yes.
combat.
Whose random event
Oh,
is
she gets
this?
knocked down
Rich's.
automatically?
Rich's
Yeah.
random event. So a bunch of random guys on the battlefield get knocked down by. What is it? Chaos.
By
Did you
chaos
take yours?
air. I
Chaos?
don't know.
Oh
Chaos
yeah.
air.
So let's do the ogre ones. How many did I get? 1.
Yeah.
I would say do only ogres.
All right, only ogres. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why not this one?
So which one's knocked down?
3.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's my recovery phase. They get up. They can't run. Great.
All right. So Rich is finished resolving his random event. Now he's gonna finally start moving.
Wait, they get to stand up the same turn?
Yeah, because it's before my turn. They can't run though.
So for multiple turns, John's cabin boys ended up just chilling here by the statue. We weren't quite sure what they've been up to. The rest of the pirates, Billy Finnegan and then Thomas Van Heusen, go ahead and charge this ogre bull, and then Vanessa Skite goes ahead and grabs the loot Noblar. And when I thought that the human warbands, the pirates and the Mordheimers, had a mutual agreement that Sigmar was the best, John goes ahead and decides to make things interesting.
So what happened in this combat, Rich and John? Your guys over here.
He decided to backstab me. Freaking loser.
So what'd you
We
do?
hugged each other.
I
you
shot him
fought-
with a pistol, but he
You
left.
gonna stay?
And now you guys are gonna back off.
Intercepts.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All hail Sigma.
Hopefully
All
the
hail
whole one
Sigmar.
doesn't die, and then I can run up and dive and charge him.
So after the cabin boys go ahead and attack Rosansky with their daggers and clubs and their silly business, Rosansky doesn't find it funny, I guess, and he goes ahead and opens fire with one of his pistols.
If that
I have a
combat
brace of
knocked
dueling
down, I would've
pistols,
been
but I don't have pistoliers, so I think I only.
If he would have gotten up,
No, in
I would
combat
be
you could
knocked
shoot
down,
both. I don't
he
see why
would
not.
just like sweep me.
Yeah.
Right? You could shoot both pistols in combat.
I'm gonna shoot one.
Okay.
So I want to have one to be able to shoot.
Okay.
What are you fighting?
So blue is the pistol.
He chopped you with that.
The pistol misses and it
Blows
can't fire,
up.
Can't fire the rest
All
of the
right.
game.
So yeah, so we ruled no blowing up. Just can't
Wait,
fire the rest of the game.
how do you... Wasn't that a 3?
Yeah, I have weapon skill 4.
Oh,
We ruled no blowing up.
okay.
Young boys or young boys?
Strength 4, 1 wound.
Sure, 3. Oh, he has the Sigmarite charm.
What does
So-
that
This
do?
counts first hit.
Oh,
no,
so
you
I
have
have
to
to
roll.
roll a 4 plus?
Damn it!
So no more Sigmar charm.
Bounced off.
This
the
game-
just this game.
Hey Mike,
Oh.
Mike, can you get me those 3 sisters?
Yes.
That was dirty of me to use the
I forgot
Sigmarite
it.
charm against them.
So John's cabin boy used the Sigmarite Lucky Charm to resist taking any damage from Rosansky. But after using the charm, it does allow the sisters to locate the stolen charm, so they do enter the battlefield hoping to track down the user. So you can see that they have now entered the battlefield to the left. We did use a scatter dice to see where they show up, and they're going to head towards the road. They got a little ways to go. There's some elves and ogres in between, but their goal is to take that Sigmarite charm back. So here's the middle of the street. You could see that the Dark Elves they got two bulls on them, so the cold one and some of the heroes are fighting over there. Malice is actually knocked down, I believe, up to the right there. Veldrin, or Beldrin, whichever one of the two brothers, is chilling out on top of the plateau section. One of the lead belchers does go ahead and move forward, and so does the weapons team, allowing them to reload. So only one guy will be shooting this turn, and one of the Iron Guts does go ahead and charge the possessed with his great weapon, so that's going to be pretty nasty. So in shooting, this lead belcher does go ahead and roll up 8 shots. And with cover, he ends up needing 5s to hit, but one hit does get through and past any of the Sea Dragon Cloak and Armor, so Veldrin/Vezdrin, one of the two brothers, is stunned. This Noblar thought he'd be funny if he went ahead and charged one of the elves hiding in the building, but he ends up getting killed really quickly. So the Iron Gut running into combat does enough wounds to kill the possessed. And it stinks, because with the great weapon, Mike kind of had a chance, but we end up striking in initiative order, because I have always strike last. And I still end up killing him, so that's perfectly fine with me. Moving over to the right side of the street, one of the bulls does go down to the pirates. Vanessa Skite is moving back just a little bit with that loot Noblar, but she doesn't make a mad dash for it, so she's just kind of chilling out. She does take some shots as she slowly moves backwards. And the bull here to the left, in the middle of the screen, he is going to end up charging both of these heroes, because he can touch both. There's no way for him to get in without not touching one of the others, and no one intercepts. So we go ahead and have a combat of a bull versus Finnegan and Van Heusen. Unfortunately, though, with his hammer and sword, with all 4 attacks, the bull does not end up hitting or wounding any of these heroes.
The gun. Blue will be the club gun.
Carlon's fun.
Alright. Mike, can you roll parry for me?
What's your
Total skill is 3.
No, I cannot roll.
So
parry
does the
for
3
you. I'm
hit?
sorry, that failed.
Nick? Does the 3 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weapon
if you're up
skill
to
three.
level 4.
Three.
One wound, right?
I have
Yeah.
light armor.
No, it's 2.
I'll roll it.
Oh, what's your strength? 3.
Yeah, strength 3.
So 1 wound.
Alright, 1 wound on that ogre.
No, oh wait, it's
Oh,
dead.
that's the. Yep.
Oh,
roll for injury.
there
Roll
you
for
go.
injury.
Roll for injury.
Who gets it?
Ah, it's knocked
The
down.
other guy kills it.
Alright, so who's picking up the
Oh,
kill?
wait,
He has,
no.
to, he has to roll the wound.
His roll wound. Never mind.
Alright, so
attacks.
red is the sword, blue is the club. Actually, it should be reloaded now, so blue is the pistol.
Dead.
Shot in the face.
Wait, was that was the pistol?
blue-
That was
Pistol,
yeah. That was
Okay.
an
Pistol,
execution
so,
shot.
Yeah.
You should roll to see if you wound because you might get a ricochet. No.
No.
Okay.
That would also get a ricochet and hit the.
He just points it down at the ogre's head.
So in the Dark Elf part of the street, we do have a bull that is stunned, and we do have one coming in and attacking the cold one. I think that bull ends up killing the cold one, which is nice, and then this bull that's face down ends up dying. And here's just a shot of the street. You could see Vezdrin finally gets up, and Malice is going to go hide a little bit better than she was before, so she won't get shot at. And, oh, here comes the spider. The spider's making his way towards the combat. He's going to try to cross the street, so we'll see what happens. All the whales make their way back down to the floor level of the Skyrise building, so they're going to be moving out shortly. And the sisters, all the way to the left part of the screen, they're going to start making their way down these stairs briefly, and the Magister is still knocked down. And, yeah, the spider's moving in. So the sisters are gonna try to go get that charm of theirs back. So you can see here one of the ogres ends up dying against the Dark Elves, and Vezdrin is now at the top of the ladder. So it looks like one of my ogres has been knocked down by some shooting archers in the building.
No armor save. He doesn't have any, so roll
So Mike just shot at him.
Headshot!
So they're,
Headshot from across the
they're popping
board!
shots across the road.
6/6.
That's what you get.
So as shenanigans occur further down the street, knocked down ogres do get killed. So the middle of the street is starting to get thinned out a little bit. There are some loot Noblars without ogres dragging them along, so they are up for grabs now. But the 2 Iron Guts are still running at full strength. So you can see now that the building is no longer screaming, we do have some pirates making their way down further along the street to maybe intercept any guys that get past. Some of the Mordheimers are making their way down. And the pirates are still, they're inching back. John doesn't want to run away quite yet. He has his one loot Noblar. He wants to go ahead and hold up this part of the road just a little bit longer. So there are 2 Gnoblars you can see next to that Iron Gut that are just unattended. There's one in front of the Iron Gut and then one getting roped behind the Iron Gut. And that Iron Gut also has a chest, so that'll be up for grabs. Oh, and the spider goes ahead and not only knocks down that bridge and tumbles over some buildings, but makes a charge full on into one of the Iron Guts. So the spider does have weapon skill 3, strength 5, toughness 4, 4 wounds, initiative 1, 2 attacks, and then leadership 10. So the 2 attacks don't seem as scary because we are using a model quite a bit out of scale, but still scary looking enough. And don't forget, he does do crit wounds on 5 to 6 to wound instead. So he does go ahead and move in on this Iron Gut. And the Iron Gut takes no wounds, and the Iron Gut's going to smash him back and do 2 wounds onto that spider with that great weapon of his. So he has only 2 wounds left, the spider, and what better than a person with a great weapon to take that big boy on. So the lead belchers are in the middle of the field now, getting ready to take up some new targets. The other Iron Gut, like Yurkai style, just raises up his great weapon and just runs down the street because he wants to get into the city, yelling at the loot Gnoblars to follow him, and you can see that's why the 3 guys are headed up towards the middle now. He is trying to find a place in the inner city wall to set up camp, and he doesn't want to get screwed like all the rest of these ogres here. So he's yelling and screaming for the loot Gnoblars to come along, and maybe someone will snatch them up. Maybe they'll get through.
So what's going on now? We got pirates and Middenheimers.
No, but I need a different. Oh, yes.
Alright. I literally ran with everybody, so I can't do
I'll
anything.
watch.
I only have one person that has a pistol.
Okay.
All right,
So you
cool.
want to go?
So Mike just
Oh,
got
wait a
double
minute.
6 on his
Okay,
spell.
so D6 and add my leadership, and then D6 add the target's leadership, and then if I win, then I get to do it. So
Oh man.
should I roll 2? All right, I'll just.
No, it's 1d6.
No, he's saying
Yeah,
you
1d6
roll both
and-
die.
All right, so you roll for the sisters, and I'll roll for
4, 2,
2. Okay, but what's their? Is their leadership 7?
probably. Sure.
It should be on a sheet over there somewhere.
It's probably 7. I doubt it's 6.
If I win, I gain control. Yeah, so I get nothing.
I almost
lost my
got
one.
control of the
How much
sisters.
just let him? You only has one
Mike,
guy left.
Mike, I'll allow it.
So after Mike rolls 2 6s, 12 for the spell Lure of Chaos, he ends up losing the roll-off against the sisters. But since they're NPCs, and in the sake of making things interesting, I do allow him to go ahead and take control of one of the sisters.
Excellent.
All right, you got it close enough. So which sister are you gonna take over?
The closest one.
All right, so do you get to charge with her, or?
Oh yeah, I can do whatever the hell I want. Can't commit suicide, but I can do
Oh.
pretty much anything else.
Good try.
Have her attack her sister.
So Mike takes control of one of the sisters, and since his turn is now in shooting, he cannot charge, so he goes ahead and blocks the ramp, in which case we've decided that if the sisters try to pass, they will engage in combat, since they technically can't get past the model since there's like a zone of control in Mordheim, and that's what's going to go down. Let's see what goes on in the rest of Mike's magic phase.
Just confused. They're yelling at each other.
Rah, rah, rah.
Does she have any shooting thing? Does she have a sling or
They
anything?
have
No.
2 Sigmarite hammers.
No
Can
slings?
she throw it?
All right, so you got the one sister taking control. Are you able to control another person next turn?
Until they pass the
I
leadership
can
test in their
drop
recovery
this,
phase.
but
Oh, so you can't start taking control of someone else. Okay, cool.
I don't think. Well, hang on.
I would totally take their Sigmarite hammers. I'm just saying.
Give the
There's nothing saying I can't.
Yeah, it's not like Warhammer. I think you can cast the same spell over and over. All right, so we'll see how it happens.
I lost my warbit. I'm gonna get another one.
Mind
Yeah.
control slave army.
So Mike does start his mind control slave army, and these sisters do end up charging the one sister blocking the road. So we're going to go ahead and leave the video here for part 2 of game 2, and once you get back we'll see what happens with this spider, and we'll see what warbands route, which ones stick around, and how many loot Gnoblars are stolen.